Hello, welcome back to part 2 of our Let's Play on Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, our Spanish campaign, where we're basically trying to declare war on everyone, and our mad admiral thinks he can conquer the world. So last episode, we were just trying to build up a surplus on our income, and we kept our kind of mostly auto-generated fleet. I wasn't going to build any different ships, but we have got a bit of a problem if we look at our... Not a problem, but look at our armoured cruiser. So we only had a couple of 6-inch guns, and then I think we had 8 3.3-inch guns on this, so it's not really going to be able to do much. And I was playing around with the other hulls, and I did build this one, which is called the Cadiz class. So the hulls aren't great, and we've put it up to the highest tonnage limit we can get. Put a couple of 7-inch guns on that instead, and we've got 14 4-inch guns in casements, and then managed to squeeze another one here. I mean, it's not particularly well balanced, and we're right at our weight limit. We could only armour it up to a 2.3-inch main belt, which isn't going to stop much. It is slightly better than our existing one. So the plan was, just because I hate those current ones so much, and we are short on cash. It's going to be 14 million, so it's not that cheap. But I was going to build maybe 3 of these and send them over to reinforce the Caribbean squadron, given that we're probably going to end up at war with the US at some point soon. Max speed we could get it up to really was 17 knots, which again isn't particularly good, but given our kind of main battle line of battleships can only do about 15 and a half knots, it's still faster than those, so it could still operate with the main fleet, and just to get a bit more tonnage over there really. Again, it's very small, but we're a bit limited with the hulls we've got at the minute. So yeah, designed a couple of those, and that was kind of the best I could get it to with the existing hulls. Again, the armament's a bit weird. A couple of single 7-inch guns. Just wanted something with a little bit more punch, but they might be a bit of a glass hammer almost. Anyway, we'll build a 3. I think we could afford 3, and so they're already much faster than our battleships. Well, not much faster, but they are slower than our existing ones. But again, the size of the ship for the armament on it, I just don't think they're gonna really do much. So we'll build 3 of the new Cadiz class, and that finances wise, it's going to take us into a negative, but we are still building our shipyards, and we're building 3 of those. We've got a couple of torpedo boats that will finish soon, so that's not too bad in terms of finances coming in monthly. We've still got a tech budget up, and our economy is doing well at the minute. So I'm going to immediately send them over as soon as they're built to the Caribbean. So we'll put them in. Where should we put Santiago de Cuba, I think, and they can operate as a little squadron. We have got 1 battleship over there, I think, so they can work with that. 2 battleships, so 2 battleships and 3 armoured cruisers, a bunch of light cruisers. Research-wise, there wasn't really anything sort of decent coming up soon, so we'll just get a couple more 3 armoured cruisers out there, and then that should hopefully help us against the Americans, although they are still pretty bad ships. So let's move on through the year. We had an event as well, I just missed on camera there, which was to hold a regatta, and we chose to take the cash, so that immediately gave us like 18 million as well, which pays for one of our armoured cruisers anyway, so we'll see what happens in the next few turns. In terms of the... Okay, so we've got some larger torpedoes. It won't help us that much in a minute, given our range of our torpedoes, and our torpedo boats are pretty rubbish. Canada signed an alliance with Empire of Japan. A couple of battles still going on there. Politics wise, let's decrease our relations with I would like to avoid the British for the time being, so I'm going to try the Italians again, just because their fleet is probably one of the more manageable in terms of comparing it to ours. So let's increase tensions with them, or try to. Finances wise, again, we're recovering. We're almost halfway there on our shipyards, and these new cruisers are going to take 9 months. So I imagine the war with America might kick off prior to that, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, real war with America between Spain and America didn't happen until 1898, I believe. But the Spanish Empire's navy wasn't in much of a better shape. Austro-Hungarians have fired their admiral again, or warns them. Same with the Emperor of Japan. Chinese Empire 2. Everyone's spending a lot. Okay, so this time we did increase tension with the Italians. Greece has defeated the Ottomans, so Greece is now an independent minor power. And they have... Okay, they've actually got quite a big fleet already. Okay, so a few cruisers. Politics-wise, this turn, again, let's just go for the Italians. Oh, I forgot. You can't do it 2 in a row. Let's go for Russia. In this case. Okay, and again, I'm prioritizing the rangefinders at the minute. If they are, well, they will be completed before our armoured cruisers. So I can't remember if they get automatically added on. If not, we'll refit them. It'll probably take a month, or we'll refit our battleships as well. But it's probably not worth refitting them until we get some more technologies really. So move on through the year. We'll just come back into a surplus on our monthly balance. Because we're probably going to have a lot of wars in this play through, I would like to kind of build up a bit of a nest egg, and there's going to be times when we have a lot of ships at sea, so it's going to really affect our income, and I don't want to have to be pausing too many ships or dropping our tech budget. Tech budget really is the only way we can compete on this. So an embarrassing incident involves Chinese Empire. One of the most wealthy businessmen in the naval construction industry is accused for illegal activities in our country. If we prosecute this person, our relationships with the Chinese Empire will be affected negatively. So we can take a hit on relations, but get some unrest down, or we can pay some money. I think I will take the hit on relations, get the unrest down with our suicidal head of the Admiralty, thinking he can take on everyone. Russian Empire provoked us. Italians have now strengthened ties with us, so that was wasted, and we'll see what we can do about that. Okay, so just looking over in the Caribbean, what we've got over in there at the minute. So we've currently got 2 battleships, 2 armoured cruisers, 4 light cruisers, and 4 torpedo boats. The Americans, the only bases they have sort of directly in the Caribbean is in Panama, which I would like to take. Obviously, when the Panama Canal opens up, that would be quite a good asset to have. Their fleet is kind of all up on the eastern seaboard, so we'll try and stay away from that and just have a kind of overwhelming majority in the Caribbean, and hopefully they don't naval invade us. So we'll carry on with our turn to about 500,000 surplus now, and our torpedo boats will be finished as well. So German ones ahead of Admiralty, so does the US. So Mexico is now in an alliance with France. We successfully reduced relations with the Italians. And we're still a long way from, a war with anyone else. The British are starting not to like us, but that's fine. And for some reason, the Austro-Hungarians do. Economy is still growing quite rapidly, but so is everyone else's. Our army logistics, I think that's ticked up 1% because of those new torpedo boats, but again, still not going to be able to successfully fend off any any land invasions, especially from like the French, and hopefully try and avoid the French if we can. If we lose one of these regions, that's kind of most of our income. Especially, so that's 1.1 billion, 1.1 billion. It's a little bit better. So yeah, I mean, if we lose sort of southern Spain, then we're probably in trouble. But right, since we've got a bit of a surplus at the minute, let's just increase our tech budget slightly. Still keeping our crew training down at the minute, but we're building up a crew pool. Granted, they'll have terrible training. Let's move on. I think with the crew training, maybe a couple of turns before we get into that war, we'll bump it up, but it's not gonna make much of a difference at the minute. So an upgrade in flag communication, so we can communicate with flag and light signals, which actually hurts our communication range. And Denmark signing an alliance with Italian. No one wants to ally with us at the minute, but maybe they will when we destroy the US Navy. In fact, let's just see what we can get. Let's get some battles on the go. So let's increase tensions with the US. I'll try to. Nearly finished on that rangefinder. We are not near unlocking any new hull, so I really don't want to redesign new battleships until we get well, either A, we can build the existing hull we have with our enlarged shipyards, or we unlock a new hull and some better big guns. Small guns, again, everything's Mark 1. I'm not that bothered about the 13-inch unless we can I think with the tonnage we're going to be able to build the 13-inch, probably won't be able to fit very well on them anyway, so we'll avoid that. And fast torpedo propulsion, which I probably won't use just because our range is so terrible at the minute. A 35% reduction on that range will make them pretty much unusual. Might as well tie up alongside and throw sticks. So we didn't manage to increase our tension with the US. Again, this is kind of my main worry on this, is that if we keep failing to increase those tensions, our naval prestige is going to get low and we're going to get fired, but we'll see. So finances, again, got a bit of a surplus, so put that into tech. Still keeping a bit of a surplus. And what does that do? That brings rangefinders down to 2 months. And politics wise, can't do it with those, let's do it with the Italians again. And our new armoured cruisers are 4 months away. Okay, Romania signed an alliance with the German Empire. Again, we failed to provoke the Italians. Oof. Greenland's independent from Denmark? Or part of it is? Yeah, just half of it. It's okay. Probably about 7 people living there. That's a population of 7,000, okay. Right. So our shipyards are nearly done, so let's race forward a bit. As soon as those shipyards are done, we're going to try and design a new battleship. And we've got our rangefinders, so that improves aiming speed and the base accuracy of the guns, which is currently awful, but better than nothing. People some Archer, well against the Netherlands. And I'm going to take that priority off the rangefinders now, again, just because it hurts everything else. New engines in 50 months, triple expansion engines, better funnels in 5. Yeah, we'll leave it for now. So what's this? I'll leave it for now as it is for now. Okay, we're building up a bit of a nest egg. And with the US, I think we should be able to, increase tensions again now, so let's try them again. I could build some more ships, but I really don't want to. I really don't want to build any more of these battleships. I mean, we could redesign them and put some more secondary guns on, but I can nearly build that other hull. So let's just design a new one. Okay, starting to build up a bit of a better balance. So as soon as the improves hull construction, Netherlands signing alliance with the Germans. We succeeded this time in making relations worse. We're down to -41 on the prestige, but as soon as we get into that war, if we can win some battles and win the war, we should be okay. We should get some events to bump that up as well. Okay, so new ship builds are done. We've got +7 million balance, and there's nothing. That's just a general. There's nothing kind of coming up that it's worth waiting for the minute, I think. So let's design our new battleship on the hull that we previously couldn't use because we were limited on the shipyard. So, okay, this is interesting. Okay, so we'll call this because this is going to be our mainline battleship for a little while, I suppose. We'll call it the Madrid class. What's the max we can do? So 10,904. So let's try and max it out. 10,944. And this hull can achieve 18 knots optimally. So let's try and do 18 knots. It would be good to have a bit of speed because most of the time we're going to be outnumbered. So if we can run away, that's a good thing. Range, again, we'll keep that as we can. Nothing else we can improve. I'm going to keep it on semi-balanced just for now. Armor plate compound. We will add the armored citadel. So, let's try and put the best of everything we can put on the minute. Medium. What's the difference? 4 + 4. Okay, so I want to kind of go for accuracy, and that's only +1.7. The rear tower is +4. Let's go with that. It's a very tall rear citadel. Okay, funnels. Huge one with boats. Can we get away with one? Nope. Okay. So so we might need to drop the speed slightly. So even with our biggest funnel, if we can get 2 of those, maybe fit there in. We're only on 32% engine efficiency. Let's drop it down to 17 knots. Still only on 37. Could we do 2 funnels in there? 59%. Okay, we're going to have 16 knot battleships. Okay. I think we're going to have to drop it down more. We can't fit any more funnels on. These are the best funnels we have. We can't get 2 of those in. You could add a funnel. Oh, I mean, you could have it steamboat style. No. We'll keep the engine's efficiency as it is. The range, I mean, we could drop the range, and it doesn't make much difference to the range. In fact, let's put it up. Okay, let's leave it as is. We'll put our new rangefinders on, see what we can get in terms of main guns. So, everything's Mark 1. and I would like to put the 12-inch on if we can. They're better range, they can penetrate, say, at 10,000, 20 inches, so they should be able to go if we can hit through most things. So, a couple of 12-inch double turrets. Secondary guns, I don't think we can fit any on this hull. Nothing. Oh, well, we've gone 7-inch. There's nowhere to kind of put them on here, so we'll go for full casements. It'd be quite nice to have some 6-inch guns in the casements. We can only get 4 of them on and nothing to fire aft. What if we go for 5-inch? Oh my god, this hull. Okay. So, again, secondary battery. If it's a choice between only having 4 of them, I'll go for the 6 inches. We can only fire forward, and then I think we'll have to put 4-inch. Then we can get some 3-inch as well. Let's get the biggest we can get on the broadside, and then we'll put 3 inches. Talk about mixing calibers. Okay, torpedoes. I mean, I quite like the look of it from the front. Okay, so it's the best we can do, I think. Standard. We just got black powder, did we? No, we're close to getting gun cotton, I think. Let's go enhance reload. Oh, we could up the torpedo size. Increase the barbette protection, and we're already at weight limit. What can we get a 10-inch belt on it? No. This is the problem with just having enough shipyard space to build the very minimum on the hull tonnage. Okay, so what can our guns penetrate? Our arm quality is 38. Let's just the armor quality. Okay. So our guns can penetrate. I mean, we're not going to be able to match anything on that. We could drop these down to 11-inch, but I'm not sure it's worth it. Let's just get as much as we can. Maybe we'll have to drop something on the range. The range doesn't really matter at the minute because we're only expecting to operate in maybe the Med and the Caribbean. We could drop it down bulkheads. Might be a risk, but we're probably more concerned about flash fires at the minute than we are flooding. And then what can we do with our main belt? Can we get up to 12 inches? Just no. Oh, if we go 11.8, and then we've got 14.2 on the side of our guns. Can we up the barbette slightly? Yep, go up to 10-inch. Not going to do much with casement. And then we've got a full weight offset, so let's just add some weight to the. Let's put that 11.5. Add a bit of weight to the aft belt, and our offset doesn't look too bad. Can we move that further back? Oh, that's going to be overweight. I guess it extends the citadel. The firing arc on that one is awful. Don't want to make it even worse. That's not too bad. Again, like until we get further on, our ships are going to be terrible. And I'm not trying to build like the most optimum ships. A country like Spain in this time couldn't really afford to build anything. You know, a good number of particularly impressive ships. So they didn't get any dreadnoughts. I believe they got some small dreadnoughts in 1914, the Hispania class, but there we go. I think that's all we can squeeze out. We can maybe put, what should we do? We'll put like an extra fraction of an inch on the conning tower. There we go. Okay, so that is the Madrid class. Save that. 53 million apiece. What a waste of money. How many can we build? So I don't want to scrap anything really until tech really becomes kind of a limiting factor. So the cost 53. What's our income surplus at the minute? How much are they going to cost to build a month? So 3.7 million. So if we build 2, we can afford 2, but let's build 2 for now. No, let's build 3 because we've got our armoured cruisers that are finishing. Well, they're commissioning at the minute, and then they will be cheaper. And if we do go into a war, we're going to lose a lot of ships anyway, and we'll put these into Cadiz as well. That'll be our kind of main place of operations at the minute. Let's move on, and we can't increase tensions with the US, so we're going to do the Italians again. And then see where we are next turn. So we're building 3 of those. We're only losing $1 million a month, and that should recover. There we go, it's already halved. Should recover as the economy grows. It's still growing quite fast. Got Gunkotten now. Successfully increased the tension with the Italians. I can't remember the limit on naval prestige. I think if you get down to -200, you're going to get fired. If it starts to get close to that, I might stop increasing tensions a little bit just to give us a bit of room to play with. So we'll see how long those battleships take to build, and we're already back into a surplus. So anything I get in surplus now, I'll add into the tech budget. We've got mines, so we can now lay mines on our new ships if we put the equipment on. Finance wise, so I'm actually gonna bump up the crew training a little bit, just because 20% is pretty dire. Let's put it up to 6 million already. But we'll do it just because we know there's a war coming. It's going to take a year for our new battleships to be built. And then tech-wise, we get some better funnels in a month, potentially. Can build a bigger heavy cruiser. And we'll get those 13-inch guns. So there's a few things unlocking, but I think by the time the battleships are finished, we're not going to be too far in advance. Again, like early on, there's not a huge, it's not a huge benefit going up from like 12-inch Mark 1 guns to 13-inch Mark 1 guns. I think, anyway. Okay, financial crisis in industry has decreased tax revenue, so we can keep our revenue as it is, but lose some prestige. We take a bit of a hit on funds. Okay, we can't afford really to lose that much prestige, so I think we will take a bit of a hit on funds for now, just to avoid using the prestige. Okay, so we've got some advanced funnels. Norway signed a agreement with France. Okay, so politics-wise, again, let's try and get that war kicked off with the US. I mean, they must hate me by this point, surely. Every time they speak to me, I'm like, I hate you. Aha, ultimatum rather. So, war it is. So we get some prestige back. Unrest goes up a little bit. So the other two options on here, we can kind of pay them off for a bit, basically. But no, if they want a war, Okay, so it hurts our relations with Austro-Hungary, Japan, Chinese, well, pretty much everyone apart from the Germans, it seems, and the Russians. And we've just got those 13-inch guns as well. Okay, so what are we got going on? So they haven't really. Okay, so they've moved their fleet over to the Caribbean. So we're outnumbered and probably outmatched on the battleships now, and we're over our tonnage limits on some of these ports. But what we shall do. In fact, those armoured cruisers have now been deployed over there, Cadiz class, so they're all in Cuba. Let's have a look at our fleet in Cadiz. I mean, this is going to cost me loads, but we've kind of got our war surplus here. Maybe we should move our battleships. In fact, let's keep them there just for the moment, and let's just sort of see what the US has. I'm going to up my crew training now. Let's put it up to, let's go 45. I would like to stay in surplus a bit. I don't really want to drop my tech budget for the time being. Okay, let's annoy the Italians as well, and then move on to the next turn and see what battles we get. So we lost a couple of transport ships. Portugal signed an alliance with the French. We have not managed to provoke the Italians. Okay, what do we got? So there's a battle. Hopefully it's not 5 battleships versus 2. So what do we got? Okay, so we've got some. Okay, so we can't avoid this one basically. So we've got some armoured cruisers. One, 2 of our new. 3, it's all 3 of that. It's our new squadron versus 2 battleships. So what have they got? So they've got 4 12.1-inch guns, the Rhode Island class. So it's 2 of them. They can only make 13.5 knots. So I think what we'll probably do, let's fight it. What we'll do is we'll stick around for a little bit, have a look at how they fare. Well, that's background noise is annoying. Let's turn that down. In fact, let's do that. Okay. So let's have a look at our brand new armoured cruisers. Very nice. So we've got 3 of those. We've got one of our original light cruisers, which has the 4.5-inch guns. And I think speed. So smoke to the south is going to be our friend. So we've got a max range of only 7.7 kilometers. So let's fast forward a bit and see where they are. And then, so someone spotted me. I mean, it's 2 unescorted battleships, so later in the game, if we come across them with cruisers with some, good torpedo range, we can probably handle this. But hello, you got close. But our torpedo range is only 1k, so not a lot we're going to be able to do. Okay, hello. Okay, so I don't know what's going on here, but it's dead in the water. And how in the... Well, I mean, they've squeezed those on. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. But only our cruiser is moving. What a weird bug. Will they fire? They will fire, but everyone seems to be anchored. Oh, okay, that's weird. We're back. We're back in the room. I don't know what happened there. Okay, let's They're not moving. Well, something's gone wrong here. So, okay, so something's gone wrong with the AI, it looks like. So I think we will run away, because obviously it's not fair for me to just pound some ships that are inanimate objects. Although I do seem to be... Are they moving now? Nope. No, okay. Let's swing around. We will leave the battle there, and then we will call that the episode, because they don't seem to be moving. I mean, looking at the ships, it might be that these are just incapable of sailing. They are, you know, they are under steam, but something's gone wrong. So we'll retreat. You follow screen for you. So we hit them twice, but did no damage, which is probably fair. So a draw all around. Okay, so I think we'll leave it there and pick it up next time, and hopefully we'll be able to have a battle without ships freezing. But looking at their battleships, I think ours, although not great, they outgun us, but they're slower than us, and with that design, they can only fire a 2-gun broadside, so I think we should be okay, but we'll leave it there. See you next time.